Testing, testing. 1, 2, 3, testing. All right, great. Welcome back to another episode of replaying Arkane's greatest hits, starting with Dishonored. And we left off yesterday, got through the prologue, the first mission, broke out of jail, and now we're headed to the Hound Pits pub, which will be our home base for the game. Returning here many times. I've got a bunch of allies that stay here. And I just want to, before I load up into this next level here, I just want to introduce the whole reason I'm doing this again. For those of you that didn't see the last episode, the reason that I'm replaying this game now is because Arkane just released their new property, Deathloop, for the PS5 and PC exclusively for the next year. So chances are, won't be able to play it right away. And Arkane is one of my favorite studios, so I decided to go back and replay the game that really put them on the map, which is Dishonored. And this game has won many, many, many awards when it came out. Got Game of the Year from several publications. And I can see why. It's still one of my favorite games. So I'm going to go ahead and run through this game. We're shooting for about an hour level, unless the level dictates that it's going to take longer to get through in order to see all the cool details. But I'm going to try not to talk over any of the dialogue of the characters, and I'm just going to allow pretty much all conversations to play out, and then I'll be speaking more during the open gameplay. So let's get right into it. Here's Hound Pits Pub as we left off here yesterday. Just been dropped off here. And we looked around yesterday, so we'll just get right to it. Make sure my laptop's muted. It is. Don't want to hear my voice back in my microphone. That would create a loop.
I expect they're hard at work in there. Best join them. They'll help you get whoever really killed the Empress.
It's like a reflection on this door.
Starting at last, Admiral. We've found our man. Even after 6 months in Cold Ridge Prison, he slipped out like it was nothing.
Yes. Not surprising. He was the personal bodyguard of the Empress. You've heard the stories.
Yes, I have. It still amazes me that someone could get to the Empress and young Lady Emily.
No one knows the real story, Trevor. We all have our suspicions. We'll know the truth in time.
He's strong and quick. But I hope he understands subtlety as well.
This isn't one of your fancy dress parties. The reality is that we need men killed. Have you ever killed a man?
Only with my wit. But it's a fair point as always. He'll be here soon, and I'm looking forward to meeting him.
So when I streamed this last time, I walked up to them too quick, and I didn't realize there was actually a longer conversation that plays out, so that's really cool. I don't know if I ever actually stood there to listen to all of that.
We can continue this later, Lord Pendleton. The man of the hour is here. Corvo, I'm Admiral Havelock. A true servant of the Empire, like you. Until the Lord Regent purged those of us who wouldn't recognize his claim on the throne.
And I'm Lord Trevor Pendleton. I represent the nobility in our little group. But we all act as equals here at the Hound Pits pub.
This is a momentous occasion, Corvo. I'm going to come out with it. We've been building a coalition of loyalists, aimed at ending the Lord Regent's tyranny and restoring the throne.
At risk of execution, we're committed to finding young Lady Emily and seeing her crowned as Empress.
We've got big plans, but we can't do any of it without you. We need your skills, your ability in a fight, and in helping us, we're going to help you destroy the men who murdered the Empress.
Sorry, you must be exhausted. We can discuss this further after you've recovered. But before you retire, you should introduce yourself to Piero. He's challenging at times, but his industrious mind buys him that right.
Yes, Piero's as much an artist as a technician. He's going to be crafting the gear you'll need. Go talk to him, and then get some sleep. We can talk more when you've rested. Good to have you with us, Corvo. Nothing against the others, but there's no substitute for a man who's done his service for the crown. Have you talked to Piero yet? He made the weapons we left for you on your way out of Coleridge Prison. Go see him when you can.
This has got to be one of the only glasses you can't pick up in the game. I thought I might be able to grab his
You don't
beer.
know what it means to work with a man who stood at the Empress's right hand. We can't bring her back, but at least we have the man she trusted most. And maybe we can help you right some of the wrongs done to you. This bar is mine, but please, treat it as your home.
That's cool. I didn't even trigger that one. So, did you guys notice how the beer got lower as he was drinking from it?
Piero
That was
still
weird.
wants a word with you. He's not a
Just
diplomat.
like kind of
but
teleport
he's a
me in front of him
brilliant
again. This game consistently surprises me as many times as I played it. So I can grab all these, but I can't grab this.
Violators will be taken to the flooded district for treatment and rehabilitation.
Just go talk to Piero, and we're gonna make this trip pretty short here. I'm gonna get into
I'll be crafting your weapons and
Get
gear.
started.
All custom work. For you, I will create the tools of a master assassin. No! This cannot happen now. The tank of whale oil's run out. Will you get a new tank from upstairs, please, while I hold this in place? Be careful. The oil's unstable. When it explodes, there's a terrible mess.
The Academy teaches that absurd idea that the energy in whale oil arises from the need to maintain life functions at extreme ocean depths. The pressure and the cold are too much to endure without it. I speculate that a human
Perfect.
being
Now plug it
might,
in.
by a process of adaptation, produce hot.
Perfect. Thank you, Cole. Here, see? The assassin's mask. You're a wanted man, so everyone in the city knows your face, but this mask will mean terror to them. If you just hold still, the fit must be precise. There. Can you see normally? Send the lens out of alignment. There. Better now? I could create more for you. Upgrades for your gear, weapons, munitions. But our situation here is desperate. Scavenge the city for valuables, and I will resell them on the black market. That should give us the money to craft the things you need. Tell me what I can make for you. You must be exhausted. I advise that you get some sleep. Your life will get even more difficult soon. You should rest while you can. Very well. You know best. Let me know if you need anything more.
Do not attempt to house or care for a friend or family member who shows signs of blood on their face and chest area. The only way to help them is to bring them to the City Watch. They will be taken to the flooded district for treatment.
Is the man dangerous?
Yes.
Alright, I had to mute myself
Attention,
because there's some
Dunwall
people
citizens.
just talking really
Be
loud
advised,
outside
the
my window,
river
even
crust
though they know I'm
infestation
streaming.
has spread downriver,
So,
as far as the river mouth
missed out on
and
some
flooded
opportunities
districts. Do
to
not attempt to approach or destroy
verbalize some
a
of the
river
stuff
crust.
that we've been looking at over
Any
the last few
items
minutes, but
from doing so
not a
are
giant deal.
considered state property.
of course if it keeps up I'm going to have to remind him I'm trying to get clean audio here, so...
Log entry 1-4. It seems we've moved to a new phase. Martin's improvisations have borne fruit. The
That's hella
former
sneeze.
bodyguard has been freed and is en route
That kind of
to
hurt.
location. Pendleton's voting block and my military connections. All we've lacked is the ability to project lethal force in a controlled manner against a previously inaccessible...
It's got a lot of medals.
To the point, we need a man who can kill the bastards for us. Corvo is more than capable of that, I have no doubt.
Who's that?
N-bomb.
I think I went in there just because I grabbed that key off that girl.
Switch. Switch me the hell.
Which I was trying to do yesterday, and it didn't seem like I could. So I really was trying to loot her yesterday when I was recording, or I thought I was recording. And we're going through again. We're going through this again for the second time in 2 days.
Pleased to meet you, Master Corvo. I saw you at court in happier days, but you might not remember. I was once a close ally to the Lord Regent, Hiram Burroughs, back when he was just the spy master. He's one manipulative bastard, I can tell you that.
See if he has anything else to say.
There's something distinguished about you, Corvo. Was there nobility back in your family line? I wouldn't be surprised. Did you know I'm distant kin to the late Empress and her line? Not close enough, sadly. I'll never be Emperor.
My furnishing.
Most of the nobility went straight over to the Lord Regent's side after the Empress died. Easiest thing to do. But to me, a noble birth requires a sense of loyalty.
Alright, let's go ahead and get upstairs and get this thing started. We left some money behind, but
Must be
I
Corvo.
think it'll be there when
I am
I wake
Lydia,
up.
at your service. Your room is upstairs and ready. When they told me
I
who
want to scoop it up before I leave here.
I thought you'd be older, like the Admiral.
For return of the daughter of our beloved late Empress, it is required to speak to the City Watch at once.
We'll just leave that coin there and see if it despawns after the dream sequence, because I don't remember too clearly. Grab that.
This is your
Some
room.
stuff over here
It
too.
was chosen to give you privacy.
Nope. Oh,
I
there's
understand
something.
you'll need your rest.
I like how things stand out from a distance. Alright, it's bedtime. Got my Jack in the Box iced coffee with caramel. Delicious. I can't wait to get a camera so I can emote on screen and show my wonderfully handsome face to my adoring public. Now that I'm in the dream, the money's not here, right? This is all blocked off. But it should be there when I wake up, so that's going to be pretty interesting. As I replay these games, I realize just how much they didn't leave out, you know? Like, they really did think of close to everything.
Hello, Corvo. Your life has taken a turn, has it not? The Empress is dead. Her precious daughter Emily is lost somewhere in the city, and you will play a pivotal role in the days to come. For this, I have chosen you and drawn you into the void. I am the outsider, and this is my mark. There are forces in the world and beyond the world, great forces that men call magic. And now, these forces will serve your will. Use this newfound power, my gift to you. Come find me.
I always got to remap this right away. So even though it's down there on the wheel, I like to have it on the up key button, so that just makes more sense to me. Link is so awesome. I love how it feels. Like, they really did a great job making that feel just right. We're gonna see these guys a little bit later. Some foreshadowing. That's definitely in the second level. I consider it the second level. So we're not even in the missions proper yet, but the bathhouse is clearly a wall section from the bathhouse that you find those two dudes in. This guy's got his map. That's awesome how you can climb on top of them.
In the days that follow, your trials will be great, Corvo. Seek the ancient runes bearing my mark in the lonely places of your world, and at shrines raised in my name. These runes will grant you powers beyond those of other men. To help you find these runes, I give you this, the heart of a living thing, molded by my hands. With this heart, you will hear many secrets, and it will guide you toward my runes, no matter how they may be hidden. Listen to the heart now, and find another rune.
This place is the end of all things, and the beginning. All of time's meaningless here. Neither seconds nor centuries.
How you use what I have given you falls upon you, as it has to the others before you. And now I return you to your world, but know that I will be watching with great interest.
had to mute again. There's just too many distractions going on around me. That's what it's like sharing apartments with your family. We're in and out of each other's places all the time. But I told them I was going to start streaming, so I'm going to try to keep that to a minimum, hopefully. It's really distracting. So the coin is still on the chair. But there's all this new stuff here now, because this is the definitive edition. So they just give you all these bone charms that would not be in the original game. There wouldn't be that much stuff sitting here waiting for me. They give you some extra money with all these like statues. More lore. Lore everywhere. Is that everything? Over here. Oh, it even talks about Granny Rags before you meet her. That's pretty cool. We're gonna go out the back because I know there's some money back here as well.
Violators will be taken to the flooded district.
Just clean up the rest of the level before we leave here. Now I can teleport. Heck yeah. So there's some money back here somewhere. Remember, oh, this has something in it. King Sparrow feathers. It's worth 10. And we got this ore here. That's worth 20. And we were inside the pub, so we checked that well enough already. So get up to the roof here. As soon as I can improve agility, I'm going to be able to jump a lot higher than this. Mostly books, but there is this over here. I already got the achievements in this game, so I don't know why I'm grabbing all the books.
Elementary sums.
I should probably stop grabbing books.
Elementary sums. History of the Isles.
I do like grabbing the audio logs, though.
Of the Isles.
What did I just say
Seven
about
strictures.
grabbing books?
Litany of the White Cliff. Sayings of the Overseer. One day we'll get a few new books.
Can't drop too far, there's still fall damage. There's a little dwelling over here. No more books. So we're not going to be reading much on this playthrough. That would just take too long. Isn't there supposed to be that girl sitting right here telling me not to kill her uncle?
I had a sailor for a boyfriend once. He thought he'd strike gold
you.
digging in the Pandician cliffs.
There
They
was
found his
another one.
ship drifting empty.
Well, maybe I don't need to get the intel from her, but
Attention,
I feel like I
citizens of
should.
Dunwall. The old port district has been
It's not in here yet.
to the evacuation list. The
There's a
Weaver
girl
for
that
the
tells
month
you
of
about
seas has
this
increased.
officer,
The Lord
this
Regent
captain.
has decreed that plague ordinances will remain in effect
day,
through
Master
the month
Corvo.
of rain.
Wasn't
Stay
her.
alert and stay loyal.
This guy's room. There's one character. This is one guy
Are
that
you a
works here.
nobleman, Corvo? No one seems to know much about you. By your bearing, I'd say so. Lord Pendleton's great-grandfather took a Circonian
These
chambermaid
people
to wife.
taking care of this place.
The story doesn't bear repeating. Even
She's always standing right there as you're getting ready to leave, so that is a shock that she's just not where she pretty much always is. She's not cleaning my room. Oh, I forgot there was a rune in this area. And a bone charm. I miss a bone charm? Oh, I missed one. Easy to miss. That's what the heart's for. We do really want to get out of here, but I was not expecting that girl to be missing from her usual spot. I really loved how in Dishonored 2 they allowed you to mark the runes. Once you saw them with the heart, you could mark them and then put the heart away. It's a nice addition. I want to stay out of the water because the fish are quite carnivorous. I thought there was a place to climb up right there. Just make our time in the water very short so we don't get chomped. Alright, well, I don't know where she went, but that's not my fault, so to proceed. Unless that's her.
You know, I tried to attend services with the overseers for a while. They've just gotten more and more, I don't know.
Alright, well this is a first, but this playthrough has already been a first in many ways, so we'll go ahead and roll with it.
I hope you're well rested. The Admiral has some adventures in store for you, but only he knows the details. I'm forbidden from ferrying you anywhere unless the Admiral says to do so. He's up in the common room. You'd better speak to him.
That's it. I gotta talk to the Admiral. Sorry about that, guys. Like, without the objective markers on, you really gotta pay attention to the directions you're given. And here he is over here.
Well, let's get down to it. First off, I know that assassination is dark business, but sometimes good men have to do bad
30
things
minutes at the Hound Pits.
Our purpose is clear. We want to restore Her Majesty's line by finding and putting Emily Kaldwin on the throne. To those ends, we'll hide, act in shadow, take them apart, piece by piece. Tonight, High Overseer Campbell dies by your hand. It won't be easy. He's protected by his overseers, an army of religious zealots. But if anyone can do it, you can. Your exploits are legendary. Campbell carries a private journal. Once you've eliminated him, get the journal, because we think it contains Emily's location. Recovering her is obviously critical, assuming she's alive. That's the gist of it. Remember our cause and strike true. We're counting on you. Another thing. Campbell, holding a former overseer by the name of Martin. He's one of us, and if you manage to find him, give him whatever help you can. He's a master strategist, and he got caught working for our cause. It'd be good to have him back here at the Hound Pits. Glad to see you got your rest, Corvo. You'll need it.
Alright, so now we shall. There she is, see? You gotta
Corvo.
talk to people in the right order.
Hello. I'm Callista. I work here for Admiral Havelock. I'm sorry to intrude on your business, but this is important. I suspect you're going to kill the High Overseer. That wretched man. There's really no reason for you to listen to me. But my uncle, Jeff Kernow, still serves as captain in the City Watch. But he's a good man, and my only family. The chatter in servant circles is that Campbell just took delivery of an exotic poison. And I think I know why. My uncle's not corruptible like the rest of them. Campbell is going to poison my uncle. Do you think you could protect him? You used to do that, right? Before you had your current profession. Before you became an assassin.
The job I literally just took and haven't killed anybody yet. Except for the guards I killed when I was trying to escape from prison. Which is not the same thing.
Just wondering, sir, if you thought about perhaps seeing Piero before venturing into the Overseer's nest. I'd recommend going with the best gear you can get together. Ready to go? Just give the signal.
Yeah, I already talked to him. I already bought stuff from him. It's actually muted for that part. I was saying always go with permanent upgrades over buying ammo because you can usually find what you need on site. So now we are going into the very recognizable and iconic Distillery District, which I think is on the main menu for a reason. It's very recognizable, and I tried to recreate this level as best I could in Halo 5's Forge mode. And I think the front of the map looks pretty good. I'll have to show that in a different stream, what I managed to pull off in Forge. But I know this level like the back of my hand, for the most part. I mean, I've replayed the first part of this game several times without full playthroughs. So we're going to try to get through this next part, and I'd say the next hour to hour and a half, because I want to explore all of the side missions as well. It gives you more rooms.
It'll be a rough trip.
Just really got to see
Used to be to go straight
everything
up
this first
Clavering
mission has to
Boulevard,
offer.
Now it's not so easy. Half the city's dead of the plague. The other half's fighting over what's left. The City Watch still holds the bigger streets, and they've set up those wall of light checkpoints. A man walks through one of those, and he ends up burned to a crisp.
It's that big clock tower back
Everything
there.
not controlled by the City Watch is gang territory. There are the real odd birds living on the fringes like that Granny Rags. They say she's nuts. Don't know which is worse. Just take your pick.
The moon is huge. The size of the moon. Alright, so we're going to make sure we have our powers upgraded as far as we can. Only got one right now, I'm saving that for agility. And then we're going to turn on... Excuse me. Do I not have... Oh, see, the bone charms they give you is totally random. So I don't have the fast choke right now. That kind of sucks. Well, that's too bad. Hopefully we find that soon, because that really makes things a lot easier. You've got the quick knockout, quick choke.
Canal's got enough shit in it as it is. Hey! What is it? I think that last one was moving. What? Yeah, the little one. Not possible. I inspected them myself. Keep working.
Well, he ain't moving no more.
Like that little side commotion was just now. Civilian.
Attention, Watchmen. This district is now considered a highly infected area. Residents are to be escorted to adjacent neighborhoods or delivered for...
I don't want to mess with those guys in the bridge at all. I am going to go over here and grab this bone charm. Come on. Sure to pull the heart out every once in a while and see where the runes are. allow your mana, the blue power bar, the mana bar to refill before you leap again, so you don't use up as much.
Attention, Dunwall citizens. John Clavering Boulevard has been designated a restricted travel area. Citizens are liable to search or imprisonment at the discretion of the City Watch.
Dude's coming this way. They left the door open. That's perfect. I really appreciate that. Killing me, guys. Totally killing me. How's that for immersion breaking? For a spring razor. I honestly don't understand why these guys have magic topping off potions in here. Guess who else would be using them but me? One of the few in-world things that don't really make sense. You know, I gotta find him somewhere, right?
Attention, Dunwall citizens. The
There's a
following
guy over here.
businesses
He
have been
won't
closed
fuck
and
with me. He's
impounded
just like
by
a
the state
street
due to
dude.
contamination.
Street person.
Barrow's
Excuse me.
Barbershop and Surgery, the Duke and Dancer Ale House, Merritt's Printing Firm, Pennyworth's
There's
Tack and
sweet old
Saddle
Granny.
Emporium, and the Smoke Street Dice Hall.
I think the little birdie...
A lot of people probably still don't know this, but I believe that's Susan Sarandon. Sounds a lot like her. 99% sure that's Susan Sarandon.
Dear? Is that you, my dear husband? My eyes
your husband.
aren't what they used to be. Have you seen my little birdies? Oh, the dear things must be starving without their granny. Here, birdies. Here. Oh, my. I think I have gentlemen callers again, but not the way I used to, not the nice ones. I hear them, and they're not very polite ones either. Granny Rags, let us in. Ah, well, they'll go away again if they know what's good for them. But what a bother. Here's the key to the front door, love. You'll see to those ruffians, won't you? Oh no, that's not a nice thing. Just garbage.
She's got a free rune for me back here.
Be careful, Corvo. They call her Granny Rags. You wouldn't recognize her real name, or even the name of her family, but an emperor begged for her hand once, and rich young men fought each other for her favor. I watched her consider them all, measure their worth, and find them wanting. Then, she made a different choice.
Same reason I'm still single, I guess.
You're on your way to face the High Overseer, the leader of a great cult dedicated to loathing me. What will you do, I wonder?
I'm pretty proud with how I recreated this hallway with the limited number of assets I have in Halo 5. So I'll have to show that off in a different video, a different stream, on a different date. Since we have to make up for all the kills we had in the last level, my chaos is high right now, so I kind of have to make up for how many guys I knocked off in that last level. And fortunately, they give you some sleep darts right here, so you can knock out... Awesome, got 5 sleep darts. So I really don't want to fight these guys because not only is that an alert, I believe. It might not be because they're not guards, but I'm just not going to take any chances here because I don't know how it counts it. Sometimes you have to get spotted, so it doesn't count that against you. Like there's some sequences where you literally can't avoid being spotted.
Nothing personal.
So normally it doesn't count that against you. I'm just going to be saving every once in a while just to be extra safe. But we're really trying not to save scum this playthrough. I want to be way out of sight. And this is where the lean really comes in handy.
It's just a matter of time, buddy.
There's no way those guys can find me.
We're gonna find your sorry. I know you're here.
The auto aim do the work.
Where are you?
Knock out the last guys. We don't want to waste our darts.
Someone's about to get shit.
I must have gotten the worst assortment of bone charms off of all those ones sitting on the table. Like, I don't have anything that, like, makes me move faster when I'm carrying a body, or choke people out faster, or anything that's, like, really generally useful. I have, like, really specific stuff. So that kind of bums me out.
Lives go on the left. They've always gone on the left. You never... Oh, my dear. I knew you'd help me with those ill-mannered boys. My brave man. Listen, Granny has a birthday present for you. I
When
got
she
it from
says
the
that, it's just so
outsider,
creepy.
And now I'm
I
giving
love
it
it.
to you. Go on. It's upstairs. On the vanity. I think you'll cut a nice figure with it. Remember how we used to dance? Our parties were even grander than those at the Boyle Manor. Everyone wanted to come.
It's amazing how just some extra
Granny,
well-written
Granny,
dialogue can spice up what's essentially a side, like, fetch quest. So I just, like, took care of 3 enemies and then reported back to this lady, and she gave me a thing, right?
I hope you like the little
It just feels so much more meaningful than most of the stuff in, like, Skyrim or open world games with 1,000 quests, but none of them are memorable.
Ruffians, every last one of them, rotten apples. And that slack jaw is the worst of the lot. You know what I just thought of? You could do something else for me. Another little favor. And I'd give you another present. Another lovely rune carved from the bones of a dead whale. Do you remember my doctor, dear? Dr. Galvani? Now there was a clever man. He's got all sorts of nasty rat guts and disease in his laboratory. Wouldn't it be a shame if some of that mess found its way into the Bottle Street Gang's elixir still? That'd teach him. See to it, dear.
Ooh.
I'll find you another present just like the first. Galvani lives on Clavering Boulevard, or at least he used to. Those were the days. Now run off. My baby birdies are hungry. So precious.
Oh, chills. Chills.
You'll have to go, or they won't come.
Alright, we're definitely going to do all this stuff because it nets you some really good items right away. And we could like freaking try to speedrun this thing, but That's not what this is for. Other people have speedrun videos. I have the long 12-hour appreciation video. Let you soak it all in. Really just like spend some time in this world. And I was talking about how hilarious it is, kind of ironic that right now, with, you know, COVID continuing to disrupt our lives, just extend out all of these things that are going on, like the lockdown, and now you can't get into a restaurant or a bar, theater without like a Vax card here in Hawaii, and it's all looking more and more oppressive. And 1984, you know, George Orwell, like freaking all of this dystopian stuff is starting to happen in real life, and it's ironic that I want to take the time to really spend some time in these game worlds with this really dismal plague going on. And it's kind of like the same reason why Last of Us 2 kind of got delayed, right? Because when they started making that game, there was no outbreak. They're like, oh, this isn't exactly a good time to release our game because there's an actual outbreak going on right now. I'm gonna put these guys to sleep too, because they fucked up my stuff yesterday.
Come on, let's get this.
They either scared off or killed this. Who are you talking to? Yeah, this guy here, Griff, I think his name is. I fought these two dudes yesterday, and this guy just disappeared on me. I don't even know where he went.
I owe you, brother. I want to ask about the mask. I wouldn't want my face seen either, pulling a stunt like that. You know what? I'll return the favor. Come by Griff's shop. That's my business. Well, it was at one time, but now I'm reduced to scavenging things from here and there as the city dies. If you need anything, I wouldn't mind trading.
It's pretty
for
grim.
money. Maybe someday the plague will blow over and everything will go back to normal. But until then,
yeah, that's what we keep saying.
For me.
That's what they keep saying. Just waiting for things to go back to normal. So if you haven't seen anything of this game, and this is, you know, my streams are the first introduction you have into this game world, it's just really funny the time that I'm deciding to replay this in. And somehow this is still escapism to me. Okay, hopefully that's the one I want. I really need that, okay, I'll take that. I'll take that. We got Fencer. That's only useful when you're in a sword fight, which I'm trying to avoid. You can eat white rats for mana. That's kind of disgusting, but I'll put that on for now. Yeah. As you can see, there's some like really niche bone charms. Quick choke has got to be like one of the most important, and this time I didn't get it, so. Is there some money around here somewhere? Nope. Oh, yep. Thought so. And Griff is supposed to be standing right up here. Yeah, I don't know where he went yesterday. There he is. This is his shop right here.
Want to look at some of the things I found? Good prices, I swear.
Just got some blueprints. You want to buy the blueprints. Yeah, for sure, for sure. I don't really need anything else right now. There's some lethal crossbow bolts right here. So just in case we need those. I think it's hilarious he came outside here and he's like, this is my shop. You had a roof. I don't know if those guys just put you in there to trap you, to imprison you in there, but you could just say your shop is right here. That's what I would do. Sometimes it's hard to get on those lights.
We should bathe. I can smell you from here. Blow off.
So if I had all my objective markers turned on, I'm sure they would just direct me to this house.
Elixir. Bunch of crap.
Galvani's office. Rely on auto saves here for the most part when you enter and exit a building. It automatically gives you a save. I'm going to try not to reload at all for this entire playthrough. Let's see if we can stick to that. I think that things are going to go so south on normal difficulty that I'll ever have to reload a save point. So I gotta figure out where to find that code. I do not remember. So nothing of importance in here.
Wait. Did you touch the door handle to Dr. Galvani's lab?
This is a good way to trigger this cutscene without putting
Then
yourself
you have to
out there,
scrub.
putting yourself
The
at
rats
risk.
get their vital essences everywhere, the doctor said.
Vital essences? Does that mean guts?
I think so. So your hands need scrubbing. You're unclean.
Unclean? That's nonsense. Can't we just...
No, I told you. With rubbing alcohol or white vinegar.
All right, all right. What is he doing there all day? Ambrose says he breeds rats that carry the plague.
Your friends are ignorant. The doctor is a brilliant man. If anyone can save this city, it's him.
The royal physician is going to save us. I hear his new elixir is twice as good against the plague.
I don't understand how Galvani can admire Sokolov. Royal physician or not, I hear tell he's a beast. A superstitious philanderer who spends more time with prostitutes than he does in the laboratory.
Is this what it's going to be like when we're married?
Sounds like Fauci.
It is, isn't it?
I hope not. I'm telling you now, I don't have the endurance for it.
Seen any more big rat swarms? Like someone else.
What will I...
You do have to knock out the help because they will alert the guards to your presence. It's really one of the only games that makes you, like, consider the lives of these people that you're crossing paths. They're not all just bad guys. More sleep darts, nice. Okay, this room looks pretty picked clean. I should be able to get this guy before he starts coming back down here.
No, stupid gut.
There's nobody else on this floor.
Obviously the plague rat is distinct. Obviously the plague rat is distinct from the ordinary rat. But in what respect?
Okay, press it again. And if you could conduct the conversation anywhere else but like right outside my window, that'd be awesome. I really want to find out what that safe code is. I can't remember where the note was or what the clue was. I guess as long as there's not a rune in there, it's not that big of a deal. Going this little side hallway yet. I love how they added the chloroform bottles in Dishonored 2, so you can like knock people out with it. They look just like these. have sworn I got grenades already, but that was from yesterday. So I beat this whole level like a day or two ago and thought I had grenades already. Alright, well I feel silly for not remembering how to get that save code, but I'm not going to spend a ton of time on it because there's no rune or bone charm in there, so I can live without it. So we got what we came for, we got the rat viscera, so now we're going to go over to the Distillery District and poison their stills. And get another rune from Granny Rags. All of this is entirely skippable, all of this is entirely optional, but I like how they give you the reward of the rune for doing the extra work. There really is no hurry to get through this. I've always thought speedrunning was kind of cool just for the sheer, all of the tricks they employ to get through a game as fast as possible. Even when it comes to breaking out of the game and breaking the boundaries, like I saw some crazy prey speedruns where they really just broke the game entirely. And I'm sure you could do that with this game as well, but what I really enjoy is actually spending my time being here and being in this cool world they crafted. So speedrunning is a skill, but it's not something that I was ever particularly good at. Alright, so we're gonna just head back the way we came for safety. Maybe go along the, oh actually no. It's about to go along the front, but we're headed more towards the back corner here. It's funny how this all feels like a little bit bigger in my mind. Like it seems like it'd be like more square footage, like more football fields or whatever you want to measure it by. But it's actually fairly compact, and it's just because of the density of the environment. When I was modeling this on my own, just kind of from memory, not really too much reference to refer to as I was building it, everything got way bigger than it actually is, and it's just because this environment's so dense it actually feels like a larger space than it is. And that's kind of one of the little tricks they pull, one of the tricks of the development of this game and the level designs is they pull that trick on you, even though they're actually fairly compact levels by today's standards anyway. They just feel like much larger spaces to me. It's really interesting how that works. So I'm gonna get out of these sight line as fast as possible. I don't even know where that trap trigger is. Yeah, there is a booby trap right there in the entrance.
You got lucky. When you're this handsome, you don't need luck.
At least I'm crawling faster now. Like my stealth crouch, when I'm crouched, I'm moving faster than I did initially because I have a bone charm for that.
Not till the next batch.
So that really helps the sneaking aspect.
Everything's fine. I run the still like I run a game of Nancy.
Yeah. There's one bone charm in here. These guys are going to head down in the same direction. And we shouldn't have to stun dart anybody. Just head down to this table, grab this real quick, grab that. What was that? Grab that. Go inside before anybody can turn around and spot us. Alright. Oh, can't save. Probably just auto-saved right there, but we're just going to make a manual one just in case. That always looks like a guy to me from far away. That actually looks like a person standing there. So we can see another trap right there, and this door is locked, so we gotta go around. So just climb this chain, get out of everybody's sight line.
So we go, not to the Abbey or the office of the
Okay, and then we can...
one of the others, where they train the overseer.
And on one of these.
Crazy. He just wants to know where his brother's going. He sneaks in. You know Eddie. He's going to get at it when he's sober. I remember. Brimsley.
Hitting the dumbwaiter all night.
Yeah. So he goes from room to room. Kids sleeping. An overseer giving a lecture to the kids. A couple guys training with those hounds. But it gets weird. Some kind of machinery. Then a woman laughing. Just laughing and laughing. Then music. A kind of plinky, plonky sound. That.
I love that how, like, just sitting down a body will make a bunch of noise. I'm pressing X, I'm not, like, throwing them down. I don't know if they just fixed that in Dishonored 2 or what. Just a thing I don't remember about it. Glad he didn't come upstairs to investigate. That would have screwed things up for me. Like, seriously, man, so violent. Why are you throwing them? Just pressed X. So this is going to have the unfortunate side effect of making some people sick, I'm sure. So I kind of feel bad about it, but hopefully it doesn't play into the deaths in the city. So I'll top that off. Nothing of import in there, and then we can't forget our bone charm sitting up here. I thought maybe I could jump on that barrel. No such luck. Okay, what's it gonna be? Spirited 1. Okay, not the choke thing. Bone charms. Okay, well... Are there any other useless things that I can... We'll leave it for now. Alright. Safer to go back out the way we came, because there's too many guys on this first floor. Still touching books. Just touching them though. enough for... Yes. Agility. Overall movement speed increased. I can, like, double jump now. Really opens the game up. So that is a absolute must. That's basically a mandatory upgrade as far as I'm concerned.
Well, I know 100 of them. My mother throw them at me.
To the best of my knowledge, these guys don't come back up here.
Got anything to smoke?
They don't go over here, as far as I know. So that's usually how I get through this area really quick without any trouble. Just grab the important stuff and boogie. The one thing that is kind of nice, I just got the master key, and I think there's a door down here with some nice stuff in it. Last one on him, hopefully. These dudes are like right next to each other, so... So far, so good. Let's way the hell over there. Let's back up against the wall. Always got to make sure you're crouched, because you make noise, and it doesn't take much for them to get startled by you. Okay, so that appears to be the pattern. That guy's basically just going to stay there. The dude on the left. And then we got the guy on the bottommost floor, too, that might be able to see us at that angle. I'm not sure. Before this guy puts his back up against the wall, we're just gonna knock him out. This guy still hasn't turned around. No, he really likes what he's looking at, whatever he's looking at, so far so good. Oh, he's a little like, he's a little suspicious. People are disappearing. It's like, hey, where'd that other guy go? That side of the rail. Got a stupid fly buzzing around me, and it's really starting to tick me off. Alright, right on. I've had a lot of difficulty with this area trying to knock everyone out, so that was pretty clean. Where is that door that I was looking for? I think this is all closed off till later, actually. Yeah, 'cause there's nothing on this floor. Okay, wild. But I have the key now, it's going to stay in my inventory. Yeah, there's nowhere to actually use it yet, that's pretty wild. Unless I'm just completely blind. I remember it being downstairs, and then I don't see any doors open downstairs. So it was a bit of a waste of time, but at least I have the key now, so when we do come back here, we'll be able to open that door. It's got some good stuff in it. really don't want to use. I don't want to shoot anybody. Let's make our exit out of here. I'm getting some kind of like spammy messages in chat, and that's all I'm seeing so far. Oh, hello, sir. Want to join your brothers in here? You guys all have like a little group map session together. There is some like coin down in that lower corner, but I'd rather just not get spotted. So just make our exit. I actually got spotted yesterday, and I ran through that door, and they came out the other side with me. So I didn't realize that was a mechanic where they can go through. If they're alerted to you and see you leave the area, they will actually chase you into the next area. Did not remember that being a thing, so that was pretty cool. I'm gonna go ahead and take the quickest of breaks and go get myself a little bit more of a refreshment, and we will continue. So on the break just now, I read that message in chat, and they said, want to become famous? Buy followers, primes, and viewers on bigfollows.com. Now, why would me starting out with 0 followers, I'm basically just watching myself. I am my only viewer right now. Why would I start out by buying follows for people that really aren't interested in my content? It might not even be real people for that matter. I wouldn't want to do that. It may take me a long time. She's upstairs. If you can't find somebody, just turn on the just turn on the dark vision. Oh, excuse me. That laugh threw me off. Thought she was upstairs.
I knew you wouldn't disappoint me. Now I can stroll along the waterfront in peace. And don't think I've forgotten your little gift. Go on upstairs, dear one.
You can hear it.
That will never wash. Never, never, never.
It's a strong glass. Usually when I throw glasses, they break.
Right side of the tray. So we sat.
I love all her just side dialogue. She doesn't appear in front of you this time when you grab it, so that's a plus. Send us food, not bullets. It's such a good effect right there, even though it's basically just a texture. It just still looks so good. Alright, so looking at our objectives now, just as a brief... We haven't failed anything yet, so... Oh yeah, mission clues. This is all really helpful stuff if you're still just getting used to the game, if you haven't played it. This is all especially useful for first-time people. So just to recap what we've done so far, we've taken both of the little side tasks from Granny Rags, and because I don't like a cluttered screen, I don't use the objective markers. Ooh, that was clumsy of me. So now it says we've got to get past the second wall of light, which is this one over here. I haven't cleared these guards in this main courtyard yet, so I'm going to try to just bypass them. That guy's coming my way.
Well, is it on? What's it look like?
These guys are talking, so I gotta get out of that. I usually go this way. This usually seems to be the easiest way to bypass all that. This guy's fine. They'll leave me alone as long as I leave him alone.
Cold as a whaler's gaff hand. 50 years old at least.
This guy fought for the Empress.
Forget his old ass. I can't even remember. We tagged it plain. Under Clavering Street is ours. Come on. What's the take?
20. I got pretty lucky there that I didn't get spotted, to be honest.
Looked like 25 to me.
Look here. It's 20. It's 5 each, counting Boo.
You want me to check your pockets?
Let it go, kid.
Don't call me kid. You think you can cheat me? Come on, let's get it. I'm gonna loot your corner.
That's one way to fight.
That settles that. What?
Must have been rats.
I think I missed. Yeah. I moved the stick at the last second and I took the crosshair off him, so that was player error there. Can't even pick that dude up. He's like in the garbage. Oh well.
Chance to share your food with me tonight?
Someone help me out!
Not sure where they're going. I don't know if that's a scripted thing or I can't remember. Come on, drop down. Whenever I'm full on either health or elixirs, I always just top off if I'm next to one. Just too many guys in this area. I don't even want to bother. I got all of the runes and bone charms from this area, so we're gonna go ahead and move forward. Just trying to avoid alerts, though. Oh, fuck off. You can't get the prompt. I'm gonna be super careful with where I'm dropping bodies. Okay, I think he's just leaving. Alright, cool. So we're just gonna zip on out of here. I can't get over that spam message in the chat. I guess you should just expect things like that these days. It's pretty much par for the course, I guess.
Hello. I hear the second day is when the skin really starts to come all the way off. Is that true? Or is it the itching that really gets you? Or the rats?
Jasper, isn't it? It's not so bad in here, except I miss your wife.
Huh. You don't scare easy, I'll give you that. But that'll change.
I remember just following this guy around for a while as he like walked around the courtyard.
What a sight.
Stay right behind him. It's pretty funny.
I know who you are and what you're here to do, and I can help. Unlock me and I'll buy you a drink in a couple of days. By the void, I'll buy you 100 drinks. Feels good to stand up straight. Thank you, Corvo. What you're here to do tonight is of the highest importance. We've got to find Emily, so kill Campbell and make it quick. Once it's done, search his body for the journal. His notorious black book. And get out of there. Campbell is meeting with a guard named Kurnow. And word from my informant is that Campbell is going to poison him. Maybe you can use that to your advantage. Alright, I won't be of any help here, so I'll make my own way back to the Hound Pits pub. If I see Samuel the boatman, I'll tell him to pick you up in the backyard, behind the office of the High Overseer. May all the spirits guide you, and may our enemy's head hit the floor without you taking a scratch.
No more dialogue from him. I like these little illustrated maps they have, even though they're not like the most, they're not the most detailed things ever, but they give you an idea of the layout of the area. Wanted poster.
I was just reading in the archive about the Heretic's brand.
It sounds painful. Have you ever seen the ritual?
I've never seen the Heretic's brand used. No, it's a rare occurrence. But I did spy the face of one so branded. A former member of our order, of course. Out on a retreat, we passed through a fishing town and saw him begging.
What were his crimes?
Who can say? The brand is reserved for an overseer, or even the High Overseer himself, who violates our codes and must be cast out permanently. Remember the 7 strictures, and you never need worry about such matters.
I will, brother.
So this is really the first introduction to the Overseers, which are kind of the more elite soldiers or police force. There are all these guys with these masks on, and they can't be headshot in the front. But they're basically a fanatical, like religious organization that also acts as like the police. So they're not your standard guards. So I grabbed a grenade off him automatically. That's pretty nice. Hopefully he doesn't catch pneumonia. Oh, he's taking a leak. Good thing they don't show, you know what. That would make this an M-rated stream for sure. I just happened to catch like a little wiener shot there. My dogs are going to bark from time to time. It's unavoidable. It's going to happen. That's really handy. Wire tool. Basically hack equipment and turn it into a friendly. Make it a friendly device. Oh, I'm boxed in here, aren't I?
Things are bad.
Yeah.
Could the city get any worse?
Indeed, I believe so.
Good thing I got lucky there. And just leave these guys alone. Let's go back inside. But chop off. And we want to get up, everybody. had the second zoom on my monocle, my spyglass.
Did you get caught in the lockdown last night? 6 hours. Search the place top to bottom. And nothing to eat but the swill we hand out free. Of course we didn't find it. Should I ever tell you? One time more shutters messed up. I thought I could slip out. I couldn't find a way down. By the time I got back, it snapped shut. I spent the
What we have?
on the bench. Maybe the outsider was watching.
I gotta say, I'm pretty sad that my first run through of this level did not get recorded. Because I had some excellently timed, just when I knocked somebody out and where I took them as like some guy was walking towards me was pretty damn cool. Just happened the way that it happened. I didn't really have anything in. I wasn't directing the action, I was just reacting to where they were going. And there's no way this one's going to be as cool. So I just got that room key, so now I can open this. People don't really come up here as far as I know. To drop them off. Just want to keep on scanning and making sure you know where the guard went. So he's not in any of these rooms. He went in here. This room has a lot of
It was Martin's plot
guys
to break him out of Coldridge Prison. That's clear enough. But why Corvo? The one man feared throughout the Empire. He's as bloody-minded as they say. Left a trail of bodies. And the way he dodged the axe, we can't rule out black magic.
The timing of this plays out almost exactly the same every time. Yeah, I know this room pretty well. I usually clear out this wing so I can have a solid fall back here. Say you're running away from somebody, you don't know the room that you're running into, you're trying to run away into a room that you haven't been into before. That's a recipe for disaster. Getting spotted a lot. And he also had an interrogation key on him. Take care of this guy real quick before he turns around. The thing to remember too is not to get tunnel vision, because you'll see like one guy and his back's turned, so you want to go and choke him out immediately, and that's when you get spotted by another dude because he didn't really look around the room. Threw this book on the floor. Yeah, I had a little bit of tunnel vision right there when I was going for that guy, and I'm like, hopefully this is the last dude. It really should be. You can't grab ledges when you're carrying people. At least not initially. Ah, he's fine over out there's only 2 runes in this area, no bone charms. And nobody else in this hallway. So the other thing that's really good to do before you go into that room is clear out this staircase. Anybody. Yeah, you just want to make sure to hold R1 because that's right bumper R1, whatever. You gotta make sure to hold that. It's the first time I messed that up. So one dead overseer isn't gonna kill our playthrough, but that was entirely avoidable. At least he didn't shout out to his buddies. Pretty... Oh. I assumed that was clear. See what happens when you assume. Again, it's a good thing he didn't call out to anybody. He just chased me down by himself. Real smart. So this guy's got all kinds of training, right? You would think, instead of attacking this intruder by yourself, the first thing you would do is alert the surrounding people. But I'm glad he didn't. It's just because I played this a day or 2 ago, and I just assume I know where everybody's going to be.
Is the outsider a winged serpent? Well,
that's never a good idea.
Such serpents are kin to the whales and leviathans, and indeed sailors off the shores of Pandysia tell of great winged shapes seen circling far inland, if such reports are to be believed. But the outsider is something else, not of flesh, a being that haunts creation from first to last, incorporeal but not without force and influence. And so, briefly and in conclusion, not a winged serpent.
I mean, normally they would start walking away from each other after they stop talking. I don't know what's going on. They're supposed to have their little conversation and they're supposed to all split. Should leave his music playing so he's not suspicious of anything. I'm not sure if that actually makes a difference, but it might. Oh, yikes. Little note from the person that runs the bathhouse, sending him these girls, and he's been through 3. They've had to replace a replacement girl like 3 times in a month or something like that. That doesn't sound too good. That's the kind of animal this guy is. Oh, I guess I can't close this door once I open it. You can reset just about everything, because like you don't want people to know that you were coming through here tampering with stuff, right? That's one of those rare exceptions. And this is supposed to be off limits for people, so he shouldn't come in here. Also means it's a really good place to stash people. I dropped this dude at the I freaking just put him down at the top of the stairs the other day, and he slid down and smashed his head and died. It's just nice when he sets him down gently like that. He should do that every time. I can't remember if there is a bone charm in the kennels or not. I don't think there is. It's like one of those little side areas that I try to avoid. Just standing up there. So weird. Just standing there looking at each other. That's abnormal. Is anybody missing a head? What if I just threw this out the window right now? Right in front of somebody. That really messes with your traversal when you're holding something. I can't help myself. I gotta see this. Oh, it exploded. He's like, what just happened? What the heck was that? Before I go in there, there's this little side room. It's got some stuff in it. Let's make sure nothing's looking my way. That's like lower than where he's standing. That's a little. Don't worry about him. Go into this little weird, I don't know what this is for, trash collection or something. Trash chute. It's a good hiding place for one. What is its actual purpose? Ooh, that's a head. I thought that was valuable. It's like I couldn't see it anymore from that distance. It looked like it had just exploded on me. Got so lucky just now. Come on. Get stuck on stuff sometimes. Sometimes it can really just mess things up for you. So you're trying to get into a little crawl space and you get stuck. Alright. We're ready to trigger the main event here, and then we should be out of this level in no time. See, I've practiced that a few times. I always save here just for safety.
I trust it was uneventful. I hear the watch is having trouble holding the side streets.
Bunch of children playing games.
Good, good. And your knee.
Token of the outsider's power bound here before us, let us not allow it to twist our hearts. Our gaze shall not wander toward it, nor will our hands reach out in restless greed to grasp it.
Callista, isn't it?
Not for mere mortals.
She'll be found. My men are searching district by district.
The poor girl.
Callista's a resourceful one. Probably found a safe place.
So this is the relative of that girl at the Hound Pits that she was asking me to spare him and make sure he doesn't fall to my blade or anybody else's. So this is the best. This is the best option if you want this to play out a certain way.
Here we are.
Spill the glasses, so well, you'll see.
Men will come get you when we're finished. Keep each other entertained in the meantime.
I don't understand how this got so unpleasant.
Oh, I agree, I agree. A whore dies and suddenly this. Will you have wine? It's Activian Red.
It's Activian Red.
Thank you.
What up? Who's been in here? I owe you an apology, Captain.
Me.
This is hardly the hospitality I planned for you.
Well, time to do this the hard way.
What was that, Campbell?
Never mind. It's a stroke of luck for you, Captain. I'm forced to break out the real vintage. Leave them in here. We'll have to share with all of them.
Very well, Campbell. As long as we get this little dispute settled.
Now, if I were to kind of do another remaster remake of this game, I would add some stuff from Dishonored 2, Death of the Outsider, but I would kind of add a few more subtle options to add to the already amazing details and choices that they give you. Like the fact that I couldn't close his secret chamber door down here. Just kind of like, you know, allowing for a few more interactions. There's a few things. Like you saw them lock down that guy's beer glass earlier. Basically, I can pick up like pretty much most of the bottles in the game are all actual props, but in that case they just kind of locked it down so that I couldn't mess with it. But how cool would it be if I could actually pick it up and he would like comment on that? It totally reminds me of Half-Life, the beginning of Half-Life, where you go in and you see all the scientists and you like mess with the guy's lunch. And
I prefer the early work. Something primal.
What's wrong? Get up!
What the fuck? Well, that's why we... (1403, 1403, 1404). Okay. I really don't like relying on autosaves because you never know like when they're gonna overwrite the one that you wanted to keep. I think the reason he freaked out was because he saw that one body in there. So there's a bunch of stuff you got to consider. And I probably could have let it be. I could have left it be, but I just didn't like the way that messed with the alert. So actually what I'm going to go do is, this is kind of... Oh, not that. Huh, nice. This is going to be a little bit of a pain in the ass. So I got to take that body out of there. God, that's up high. So we got to go over here again. room. You can also go back in that room. There's some stuff in there before they lock it down. That was a little clumsy of me. So this is going to be a little bit of a pain in the ass, but...
Yeah, it's nice.
Just because I'm trying to curate this experience. Didn't like the way that freaked him out. I just didn't. You won't see him in there, right? One would hope.
Curse those fools at Coldridge for letting Corvo get away. Who knows what the man could do now? Hiram, or Lord Regent, as he asks us to call him now, seems to have faith in all the Sokolov security devices he's put up all over the city, but I'm not so sure. At least the girl has been moved to a safe place. Visiting her twice a week.
Yeah, that wasn't too much of a
opportunity to inspect the facilities, as they
detour.
Say. So there's an upside, at
Maybe
least.
the watch is having trouble holding the side streets.
Children playing games, that's all.
Good, good.
So you can't put that back up, standing straight up.
I'm very concerned.
She'll be found. My men are searching district.
So just because it says mission failed, that
Callista's
doesn't
a resourceful one.
mean I failed the mission.
Faced a whole lot in all this chaos.
If my overseers hear any word, I'll come straight to you. Time for drinks.
I just didn't use one of the main options.
Make this business pass all the quicker. Locked? The servants must have been in here. Let me see. It seems I have the wrong one. Not that one. No. Ah, here we are. Now if you'll join me. Men will come get you when we're finished. Keep each other entertained in the meantime.
I don't understand how this got so unpleasant.
Oh, I agree, I agree. A whore dies and suddenly this. Will you have wine? It's a Tivian red.
Thank you.
What a... Who's been in here? I owe you an apology, Campbell. This is hardly the hospitality I planned for you. Well, time to do this the hard way.
What was that, Campbell?
Never mind. It's a stroke of luck for you. I'm forced to break out the real vintage. Leave them in. Or we'll have to share with all of them.
Very well, Campbell. As long as we get this little dispute settled.
So just make a backup here, so in case something weird happens again, we can skip all that. Not see it for a third time. And the main reason I didn't want to have that be the outcome is that I wanted to be able to talk to the guy. He's not supposed to just run off. Somebody's looking for me. That's weird. You just never know. You really just never know. Hey, what's my secret door doing open? Ah,
You
what's
like
happening?
paintings? I've got an early Sokolov around here somewhere. I prefer the early work. Something primal in there. The way the brushwork slashes across the canvas.
Let's knock this guy out.
Where's it gone? Check behind those crates for me, will you?
see it. Never had much time for art myself. I like a good battle scene.
There
have
we
my
go.
thanks. Though by all rights, I should probably arrest you.
That's how it's supposed to play out.
You seem familiar, even with that mask on. No matter. This once I'll just go my own way, and you yours.
I really think that this non-lethal option is the better option because it doesn't set off an alarm, so it doesn't lock down that room they were in. So if you're in that room, it shutters it, and then I think guys come in and there's no way you can avoid the fight. Having to fight your way out.
Yeah, it's nice.
So this way, nobody's aware that anything is going on right now. Which is really, that's the ideal way to do it. Well, screw you. How should I approach this? They just had to mess with my...
Stop messing around and come out at once. Guards!
Get spotted once or twice, it's not a giant deal.
This would have gotten so bad if that damn fool Corvo hadn't killed the Empress.
Look at them all running around out there, holy shit. Okay, so he's made it out. So he's been neutralized via the non-lethal option. It's the way to go. He's coming that way. I'm just gonna get back outside.
We got a prowler on the loose.
Just in case things lock down. Somebody must have found the body because I believe if you do everything right, and I mostly did everything right. See, this room's not locked down, but they are on alert. So it's a little bit of a it's a half and half situation. It's worth 100. Yeah, that's it's worth coming in here. Do I have enough runes to upgrade my sight? Yes. That's pretty handy because it'll highlight all the coins and collectibles and stuff. That's a map, I'm pretty sure. I don't think that's a painting. Yeah, it's nice. Let's just make sure. Yeah, that's pretty sure that's a map. Then over here, I gotta stop resting my finger on the right trigger because I've swung my sword a couple times accidentally. Who's that guy? What's he doing? Yeah, that's a map. So we're basically done here. And I hear the alarm, so these windows are probably going to close any second.
I'll earn enough promotion.
The alarm that just sounded was because they must have found a body somewhere, which didn't have anything it didn't have anything to do with the High Overseer. I just branded. So maybe an improvement there would be that, you know, they integrate the general alert system, integrate that into, you know, the main guy getting either spotted or found dead or unconscious. So I really expected those windows to go down. They normally do whenever shit hits the fan. Gotta be careful not to touch them, like bump into them before you've triggered the choke animation. Somebody actually throw a live grenade into a... Oh, it's a pear. I thought it was a grenade. That makes a little bit more sense. Alright, we're on the exit now. We've done the main mission thing, and now we're trying to escape here with as few alerts and as few kills as possible. And then it's on to probably one of my favorite, at least visually speaking, one of my favorite missions is the one coming up next. The bathhouse. I hope when people do eventually watch this that they're enjoying this playthrough of the first Dishonored. I'm going to try to pick up my energy a little bit. I've been a little bit lax here. It's a bit of a rainy day here in Hawaii, and it feels very much like Dunwall outside, so
Please, she's my sister. She's not a witch.
Try to inject a little bit more energy into it,
Out of the way.
and hopefully start moving a little bit faster.
Brother,
Got plenty of sleep darts to play with.
all witches must burn.
Don't let them take me! I swear I've done nothing wrong!
Silence your lying tongue, foul witch.
Someone get him.
It turns out that this guard
You appeared as if from
was a good
nowhere. We would both be dead
dude.
if not for you.
We are forever in your debt. I cannot thank you enough.
I must get my sister to safety, but first I may know of a way to thank you. There's a safe in the bunkhouse. The combination is 203. Take what you want, and good luck.
That grenade was next to his body. I saw it as I was picking him up, and it gets picked up with him. That's pretty neat. Love how I can squeeze into little crawl spaces like that, carrying a full-sized grown man. There's some gamey stuff, you know. It's pretty realistic, but it's just also a video game, and it has to function well as a game. So things like that just kind of crack me up. And just carrying a dude over your shoulder as you climb on top of this box with somebody slung over your shoulder. Try that in real life and tell me how it goes. So we'll top off. Alright, 203 is the combo, don't forget. several things to grab here in this last area before we leave. This is pretty awesome. They can't hear that. You might recognize the launcher sitting here. You've seen enough of these by now to recognize it from a distance.
Yeah, it's nice.
Don't want to mess with these rats. And as long as you're on this table, I think they can bite you. Still stay out of harm's way. I'm talking quietly again. Try to stop doing that. Okay, so far so good. There was a guy down beneath this next rooftop here, so I just dropped right down thinking there was not going to be anybody on the roof.
Yeah, it's nice.
And there he is right there. He was standing right up against the wall here, and I didn't see him when I looked down.
Should we gather for whiskey and cigars tonight?
One of the most famous lines in this game. Everybody quotes it all the time. Should we gather for whiskey and cigars? Indeed. I believe so.
Yeah, it's nice.
You could just break this window. What are they gonna do? They might come in here to investigate, but just wait till they leave. I don't even think they do that. Go in that doorway too, but you know, I think we're good.
Yeah, it's nice.
We cannot doubt the effectiveness of Holger's device, or the mathematical beauty of the music.
Really don't want to mess with those guys with the music boxes. They keep you from using your powers.
Too many times
so that is probably one of the most dangerous enemy types in the entire game. It's the guys
that incantation itself black magic. The boxes are
make your powers go away.
But what's inside?
I actually don't need this wheel because I know another way to get into that room without using the wheel.
Yeah, it's nice.
Any more spring razors? Probably won't be using a whole lot of spring razors. So I'm trying to keep the chaos low. They are fun though. They are a lot of fun. Shop chest key. Where do I get that? Some of these other buildings, I guess. So it opened the front door. Somehow I didn't see that. How about that? It's in a jar. That's awesome. Unusual bottle. How about that? I do not remember that at all. That's really clever. Okay, we're still looking for that safe. I don't know where that safe is. Oh, lucky me. Get out of here quick. He didn't quite see me. He's about to, though. Isn't that the window I broke earlier? Come on. Talk about unlucky. There's the broken one. Jeez. That was nerve-wracking. I mean, he definitely saw something. He was up to like 2 out of 3 on the awareness bar.
No, it's just a little cough. I'm fine. I feel completely fine. Fine? Look at you. You have the plague. You were trying to conceal it from us, your brothers in the Order. Was that your intent? To spread the malady to us? No, friend. I tell you, I am well. As fit as ever. Put down your weapons. Just think for a moment before you... He was sick.
Oh.
Very, very sick. That much I'm sure of. Now to find some way to dispose of the body without spreading his illness.
They don't actually pick him up. Because that would be yet another step up. That's a dog. Just a bunch of notes.
Someone's supposed to be on duty.
Gotta find that safe. He said it was in the bunkhouse, I think he said. There's this dog right around here. He's taking a piss. Is this dog inside of a building, it looks like? I believe this is the bunkhouse. Here's where the wheel would go. So all I gotta do is lean out. Teleport in front of this. There is just so much lore in this game. It's a little daunting at first. Definitely daunting. Double checked. I think they might be talking about Bunkhouse, what does that sound like? It sounds like a place with monks in it, right? One of the uses for these crossbow bolts is breaking windows. Okay, so that's not the bunkhouse. This wasn't the bunkhouse. This door leads back into the last area. Where did that dude go? What's the mess hall? I know there's bunks. How am I missing the bunks? I've been in every building. There's a place where people eat, there's a place where they sleep. All the things that you would... Oh, wow. Guy and his dog times 2. Good thing they're all going that way. Yeah, I am stumped. I don't know. I guess it's not that important. Not these two buildings. Let's get back up top here and see if we missed anything obvious. Does that building have an entrance? I don't think I was in there yet. Looks kind of small. I don't see any doors. No, that one's closed for sure. Oh, is this it? Here we go. These are bunks. I've been in this room before. Ah, here we go. Here we go. 203. 203. Not that much stuff in there. They should have given me like $100 for how long it took me to find that damn thing. Of course, they're blocking my exit. So they intentionally put like no skylights in that room so that it's harder to get into. You gotta go through a different room to get there. That looks like money. Ooh, 5 pence. So important, right? Alright, let's go ahead and exit. I think we've been here long enough. Let's turn off detective mode so we can actually see what this place looks like before we leave it. Wonderful sky. Well, time to say goodbye to Holger Square and move on to the next spot.
Is that you? Hey, Corvo. It's Samuel. I'm here. You the big cold for a bath?
Something's down there too. Just put all this hidden currency here right at the end of the level in the form of like pearls. It's that big moon.
From the way I hear it, Campbell lived a pretty posh life. Maybe it's not my place to say, but men of the faith shouldn't live like barons. You ready to go?
Indeed.
Okay, let's go.
Let's see how we did. Whoa! His face just tore in half. Okay, I only killed 3 people. That was just the water on my screen, I guess, made his face look like it was getting all messed up. 4 alarms. Dang. But chaos is now overall low, so that is what we're looking for. And I also got all runes, all bone charms, the 1 shrine, and the 1 painting, so right on. Can't really ask for much more than that. You can see how many special actions were on this mission. There's a lot less throughout most of the game, but I really feel like they learned a lot of lessons when they were making this game and then went back into the first level to really make the first level something special. And that's why I really like spending my time in that first mission. It just really sets the tone for the rest of the game. And I think I should just go ahead and bookmark this here because that is essentially the end of a chapter. So I'm going to stop streaming for a few and then I'll pick up in the next mission. So we have some nice bookends here for everything. But I appreciate anyone that tunes into this, not only tuning into it live, but also watching it after the fact, and really appreciate a follow and a like. So thanks for watching this installment of Arkane's Greatest Hits, starting with Dishonored. Thanks for watching. Have a great day.